Hello, all you positive heads out there. It's so good to be back with all you beautiful reflections of the one source consciousness that creates and animates all things. If you're new to this podcast, of course, we are super happy to have you here, and we just ask that you bring an open mind and heart to your listening experience and to be prepared to explore vantage points that I'm convinced will help shift or solidify your current understanding of the ultimate nature of reality in a way that is extremely empowering. Speaking of exploring powerful perspectives, I'm super excited to announce the release of my very first book, The Golden Key: Modern Alchemy to Unlock Infinite Abundance. If you're ready to alchemize the circumstances in your life so that your abundance expands to an entirely new level in 2021, head over to goldenkey.gift to download the audio or ebook as my gift to you by using the code POSITIVEHEAD.
All right, all you positive heads, welcome one and all. I am so excited to be here with you all today and very grateful that you have joined me. I'm flying solo again today. Samantha is going to be taking a little self-care break. She's got a little too much on her plate and she needs to just decrease it and take some time for herself, which is really good advice for all of us. If we have too much on our plate, we need to just take a break for a minute and go within and focus on ourselves and just make our lives a little bit more quiet. Because really, all we all need is just a little bit more time to breathe so we can all just slow down. So that's your reminder for the day to just take a moment and breathe and slow down. We all need to be reminded to just slow down. Everything does not need to happen right now. It's all okay, and everything will happen in divine timing. We all take on so much responsibility in our lives, and sometimes we just need to take a little break from it. And that's totally okay to relieve ourselves from the burden and not take on so much responsibility and make it all ours, right? So actually that ties into what I'm going to talk about today. But before I get into it, I want to make a little announcement. I have the huge honor and pleasure of being on the Metaphysical Hour on Friday evening with Julia Cannon and Tracy Mahan. And it's a live show, and it'll be on Facebook Live from BBS Radio's Facebook page and also the Dolores Cannon Facebook page, because this was originally Dolores Cannon's show, which her daughter Julia now runs with Tracy. And so I'm super excited to be the guest on Friday evening. So I would love it if you would all tune in and join us. I think I will probably be telling some of stories about me and my journey and stuff I don't normally talk about here. So that might be fun. And who knows, whatever we'll get into, I'm sure there'll be lots of fun stories. So please come and check it out on Friday night, 5 p.m. Pacific. So today's lesson is coming from Mama Bird. This morning, I watched a baby bird that I think he had fallen out of the tree. I'm not sure. I know that when baby birds learn to fly, that they do kind of like pop around on the ground a little bit, learning how to find bugs for themselves, and then mama teaches them how to fly. From my human perspective, I saw this little flailing baby bird and I was like, oh dear, he's so little. I hope mama's around, right? And I wanted to help him, but I knew that I'm not supposed to help him and I'm supposed to leave him alone. I really wanted to, of course. You see this innocent, frail little creature flailing about and you just want to help, but you know that it's best if you don't, if you just sit back and let nature do its thing, because you know mom is around somewhere, or at least you hope. So I stood back and I watched. And of course, mama was around. And what was really cool when she came around is that she just let him know that she was there. She didn't help him. She didn't directly help him. She didn't immediately go directly to him to do anything. She just stood there in his presence so he would know that he was not alone. And I watched this and I was like, wow, this is pretty amazing. This is kind of like what our guides do for us. They have to just sit back and watch because we have to learn how to do it for ourselves. So, what if this mama bird went and like did it all for this baby bird? Went and found all the bugs and worms for him to eat. What if she like really, pushed him up and did it for him as opposed to him doing it on his own? How would that help him in the long run? And I love to see how nature does things because if we really want to know how to do life and how to do it well, watch nature. Nature just knows because it's not been programmed otherwise. It just naturally flows with the inherent patterns and blueprints and the geometry, the vibration that it is supposed to be. And that's what's so beautiful about it. And so when we watch the patterns in nature, we can really look within and see how we can learn these lessons for ourselves. And that's exactly what Mama and Baby Bird taught me today, or reminded me of this beautiful lesson. So often we want to help. We want to help so bad because it's so hard to see people and loved ones flounder and have a hard time. And in our human perspective, we want to go over and we want to pick them up and we want to give them a sandwich and do it for them. But that doesn't help them. That's just enabling. And I know myself, I have certainly been an enabler, whether it's with my children or my partner or my friends or whatever it is. I'm the incessant helper. I want to fix everything and I want to make everything okay for everybody. And what good does that do for anyone? It harms me because I take on all the responsibility and I feel like it's my responsibility, which it's totally not. And everyone around me will tell me that exact same thing. It's not my responsibility. Why are you taking it on? Well, yeah, I do it to myself, right? And so watching Mama Bird there just standing back and letting Baby Bird do its thing and saying, "You got this. I'm right here. I'm not going to leave you, but you can do this. I know you can do this." And as a parent, I look at that and I'm like, "All right, for my oldest child who is now, about to go off on her own at some point soon now that she's 18 and not too soon, hopefully, but I just have to look at her and say, "All right, I know I taught you well and that you're going to be just fine when you fly the nest." And so it's really hard to stand by and watch as other people need help, but you can't do it for them. Just like our guides don't do it for us because they know better. They know that doesn't help us in the long run to be constantly helped and given that leg up, and then we never learn to do it for ourselves. I actually had a higher self the other day in somebody's session tell her, she said, "I'm sorry, we can't give her the magic pill. She wants the magic pill, but she can't have the magic pill because she needs to do the work. Sometimes we can do the magic pill, but she needs to do the work. It's very necessary for her to learn this on her own." And that's what we're here doing, really. Doing the learning, doing the doing, doing the things so that we can learn this on our own. No one can learn it for us, no matter how hard it is. Nobody can do it for us. They can only sit by and support us and be there, and that's it. Maybe give us a little guidance here and there, but we have to do it for ourselves. And we have to let the other people in our lives do it for themselves. It's so hard sometimes to let go and just allow other people to live their own life, learn their own lessons and fall in their own holes. Because there's nothing that you can do or say really that will prevent them from doing otherwise. The only thing that will stop any of us, I think, is from our own learning, right? I know nobody can tell me anything. And I notice the same thing with my clients. I can't tell anybody anything. It's like, yeah, we know this consciously, but you gotta get it for yourself. And when you get it for yourself, it is a game changer. And you can't get it for yourself unless you do it, unless you go through the hard times and just allow it to be what it is. The letting go-ness is so hard. We have this pride and the ego comes in and we just want to control, and it's so hard to let all of that go. But when we really remember what we came here to do and we remember who we are, which is a fractal of source beingness, we are all one here. And when we remember that all we are is infinite love and light, then we realize that we don't have to control anything and that we really are all guided, all protected. There is that mama bird always there watching us, no matter how hard we're flailing and how much we think we're just going to be exhausted from all this flailing and not be able to go another second. And that's when maybe mama bird will swoop down and give us a little nudge, right? And that's what she did this morning. It was so sweet. Just when he seemed to be getting a little too tuckered, she just came down and gave him a little nudge, like, "You're all right, buddy." And then she flew back up in the tree. "This is how you do it. Watch me. Now you try." So cute. So this is how we have to go through life. Now you try. You can do it. We can all do it. And this letting go can really be so, so simple. It just seems so hard. But but when we remember who we are, then we realize that we don't have to hold on to this silly pride. And we learn that this ego, oh, that's here to just protect me. But do I let it overprotect me? And then in so doing that, harm me and keep me from things? No, I don't need to do that because I'm always protected, right? And I don't need to control everything because nothing is in my control. Everything is in divine order. And I don't have anything to do with that. The only thing I can control is me, my bubble, my creation. And as much as I want to help the other person, I can't. I can only be there to lend a hand when they reach out for it and when they ask. Because I'll tell you what, the asking bit, that's huge. So often we see somebody flailing and we want to help, but they haven't asked us for our help. And so we push it upon them. And that can just go completely the opposite direction of what we wanted it to do. And so it's really important when we want to help somebody that they ask us because you really can't help somebody unless they ask. They got to want it and they got to be able to do it for themselves. And so that's also a good reminder to always ask our guides and source itself, God, creator, for help. The more we ask, the more help we'll get. So many times we forget to ask for help. Another thing this reminds me of is so many of us want to wake people up so that they can see what we see and know what we know and understand what we know, right? And that is definitely never another one's job. The only person that can wake up is that person. And so the only thing that we can do is to plant little seeds. Just make little comments and say little things here and there, planting little seeds. The best thing we can really do is live by example, shining our light. That's really all so many of us are here to do. And we get all caught up in this human existence thinking that there's something here that we're supposed to do, like this main purpose, like this big job. I'm here to do something big. And you can feel that you're here to do something big, but you don't know what your purpose is. And often, so often, people are told, your purpose is to be here and shine this incredible, loving light that you are. That's a huge job. And yes, your purpose is very, very big. And that's why it feels so big. But that's all you need to do is be that. And when you think that you are not living in your purpose because you're not doing this thing that society tells you that you need to do, then it actually dims your light and dims your actual purpose for being here. We get so confused in our humanness, it blows me away. But when we remember who we are, that whole entire game changes. If you can close your eyes right now and focus on that love in your heart center and see how shiny and bright and iridescent it is. Some of you may even see it opening and shining just like a rose, like a beautiful rose petal opening and glowing and glimmering with such amazing, warm, loving light. That is what you are. That is what all of us are. Not a single one of us here is not that. And that might be a tough pill to swallow because not everyone looks like that, right? Not everyone feels like they treat us that way or that they live in that. And that's the sad part because when we see that, they just really forgot. They really forgot. And that is sad because that is all we all are. And so, all these people that may have hurt us or said the wrong things or really just traumatized us even, they forgot. And they are flailing around in the darkness, and they have no idea how grand and beautiful and powerful they really are. And they don't need to act this way because their power is so much greater when they really remember the truth. And so that's what I want all of you to remember today, how great and powerful you are. Yes, you might feel like a baby bird, weak and flailing about, unable to fly, but you will learn and you will gain that strength. And all the while, you are being watched and protected and guided, and you will get there. And all you got to do is trust and remember that you're a bird and that you know how to fly. That's it, right? When that baby bird remembers, I'm a bird and I know how to fly, it flies. And so that's all we all need to do. Remember how beautiful and grand and shiny and immense we are so that we can allow our spirits to fly and do that doing and experience all this gloriousness here because that's what it is. Pure frickin' magic. I love you guys so, so much. I'm going to leave you with a song for today. This is Geometry, Bird Tribe, Amazonia, Shaman's Dream, and Geometry Remix. Until next time, love you all.
Also, before we cue up today's song, as a quick reminder, don't forget to download the Golden Key audio or ebook as my free gift to you at goldenkey.gift using the Golden Key code POSITIVEHEAD. And please, if you enjoy my gift, leave a positive review on Amazon so others can unlock their lives with the help of the Golden Key as well.